as women are more valuable in our 20s than we are in our 30s, 40s, 50s, and on. We lose value as we get older.
How are your kids are going to be an asset to me?
I would never date a man that ever asked me no craziness like that.
Hello fam, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing great. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe. Thank you so much for your support. I have this intriguing story coming from a woman that left her husband. This story highlights the struggles some women are passing through in their relationships and marriages. Basically, it's about how a woman transformed her life after she got divorced. Let's have a look. I almost did not recognize her. The transformation is mind-blowing. This is something so many women can relate to. Note, I said so many women, not all women. Like, her whole vibes changed. She looked happier, lighter, and more alive. Like, she's living life now. She's excited. What was happening to her in her marriage? What happened? The transformation got me thinking and wondering what was happening to her in her marriage. That type of glow isn't just about looks. It's about emotional freedom. You can see the emotional freedom shining through her. It really makes me think how certain type of relationship can take a toll on women, especially when you find yourself in a situation where you're always the one giving. You're giving love, giving your time, giving yourself, and getting nothing tangible in return. That can be very exhausting. It's just a matter of time for your spark to slowly dim. You wouldn't even realize that is happening to you until you step away from that situation. The biggest takeaway here is that being in the wrong relationship can weigh you down in so many ways: your health, your happiness, even the way you view yourself. And sometimes the bravest and the healthiest thing you can do is for you to walk away from such a situationship or relationship, whatever you call it. I know the society loves to make women feel guilty from walking away from such relationship or marriage. They would often say, stay for it, make it work, don't leave your family, but at what cost? Her story is such a reminder to us ladies that we can always strive when we put ourselves first. You need to reclaim your energy, your peace, your joy, because you deserve that. This is for the men. Men need to understand that relationship isn't one-sided. It's not a woman's job to carry the labor of the relationship alone. It's meant to be partnership, not the master and slave kind of relationship. Women have moved on from that long time ago. Men need to catch up. And love isn't about losing yourself. Duh, period. They should get that. No one is here to sacrifice their life because they love someone. No, please don't do that.
What is marriage good for? Who's it serving more, men or women?
Now, men.
Because I was thinking, if we pressed a button and the marriage stats went backwards in time, i.e. more people got married and they gave birth within marriages, would that be better for men or women?
It'd be better for men.
Why?
Because being with the kids and kind of with the mum is just right now still an incredibly important way for men to feel needed, connected, involved, etc. Mm-hmm. Now that might change, but right now it is pretty clear that they'll do better. And like, if you look at the impact of being married and not married on employment, earnings, health, physical and mental health, life expectancy, huge positive impacts for men, much less so for women. And of course, if you go back, if we went the other way, like, you'd say, well, actually women who weren't married were in real trouble economically until recently, right? Women used to be economically dependent on men, but men were emotionally dependent on women. And I think we've really done a lot on the first half of that, and it's kind of revealing the second part, the kind of the fact that actually wifeless men, partnerless men, childless men, they don't do so well. In fact, they do terribly.
At this point, I think this topic has been overflogged on this channel by me. And this conversation hits home on this channel and to a lot of my audience and to a lot of women out there. When it comes to marriage, it's hard not to see how the setup overwhelmingly benefits men. Historically, marriage has been their safety net, giving them stability, emotional support, and sense of family, while we, the women, are the ones doing most of the work to keep things running. Let's touch on the idea of rewinding time, like he mentioned. If that is being implemented, men will be the ones to benefit. It's going to be a torture on women. It's going to be worse on women because now, currently, women are working. So imagine having a working mom, being a stay-at-home mom. Does that even make sense? I mean, she's working and also carrying out the function of a stay-at-home mom. That's going to be too much on women. Marriage provides that cozy little system for men that makes them feel needed and connected. It also boosts their health and professional success. We all know this. This is not new. Statistically, married men are happier, healthier, and more financially stable. Research has shown this. Numerous researchers have carried out research to prove this. We are often the ones juggling the work of the emotional labor, child rearing, and the household responsibilities. On top of everything else, I don't even want to talk about the sexual aspect or the mental health aspect. We are always the ones giving, being there for others, but who supports us? The society expects us to keep giving and giving at the expense of our growth, independence, and happiness. The setup of marriage has never been fair to women. It's always been about women serving men and losing themselves in the process. This does not mean that all marriages are this way or all men behave this way. There are always exceptions. Women deserve more than being stuck in a system that drains us while uplifting men.
Or your kids are going to be an asset to me.
I would never date a man that ever asked me no craziness like that.
See,
I would never.
But
Because you
the
would
problem.
never ask me how my kids would be an asset to you.
That's the thing.
That's insanity.
But see, I'm coming from a logical standpoint. You
I
have
don't
to ask
think
those questions.
any woman
And let me say one more
is
thing.
going to let you say, how can your kids be an... No, sweetie. No.
It's the truth.
No, it's not. And when you say, what can you bring to the table? I feel like that goes both ways these days. For a man to ever ask me what my kids could do to benefit him, he would never even speak to me again.
All right, but
Does he have an ulterior motive? These days, we've heard stories of fathers raping children, biological fathers, and even stepfathers. Sometimes, men that have this ulterior motive to rape children, they target single mom. Asking a single mom how her kids would be an asset to him, like, is he being serious? Is he being for real? I say it all the time. When it comes to relationship, men are calculative. They don't move without plotting things out, planning their steps. They don't go into a relationship that has nothing to offer them. That question he asked her is beyond insulting. It's downright dehumanizing. Kids are not some kinds of perks or bonus for a relationship. They are human beings and not bargaining chips. The sheer audacity of that question blows my mind. I hope it's just all about conversational topic in that podcast. I hope he wasn't really asking her that, like, in reality. Let's talk about the mentality behind that question. If a man's thought is what is in for me when he meets a single mom, it clearly shows that he's not ready to fill in that role. He's not ready for that relationship. Dating someone with kids isn't about scoring points or weighing benefits. It's about stepping up, being supportive, and understanding the responsibility that comes with it. Let's not forget who single moms are. It takes a lot for a woman to be there for her kids without a father figure, without the presence of a man. Single moms are resilient, resourceful, and stronger because they have to be. They bring so much to the table other than their kids. And if a man cannot understand that, it means that man is not ready. I've heard a good number of men on different podcasts say trash about single moms. They downgrade them and call them secondhand and all that, which is not supposed to be. It's unfair. And sometimes you hear single fathers say all these nasty things about single mom. No, men and their double standard. Men are hypocritical. When it comes to dating a single mom, it's not about what you can take, but more about what you can bring to the table, what the both of you can bring to build that family together. And if any man doesn't get this, then he should keep moving. He's not meant to be in the life of the woman and her kids.
Us as women are more valuable in our 20s than we are in our 30s, 40s, 50s, and on. We lose value as we get older. But the kicker is men become more valuable the older they get. Y'all know that? Yeah.
Who told you that?
No, honestly, who told you that? I know that is a lie perpetrated by men that like to date little girls. And women started to believe it, to internalize it, and then regurgitate it to the masses. Because what makes a woman less value in her 30s versus her 20s? What does a woman have going for herself in her 30s that she does not have going for herself in her 20s? Because as someone who is in her 30s, I will say the changes in myself. Like, okay, I have kids now, but let's say I did not have children, right? Same thing going on, right? No children, whatever. In my 20s, I did not know my self-worth. In my 20s, I allowed people to play with me. I allow people to play with my emotions. In my 30s, I ain't going. I'm not going. I understand what my boundaries are. I have established them and they are set. Now, what does a man have going for him later on in life that he does not have when he's younger? Finances. That is the only thing that people are saying that a man has when he is older versus when he is younger. But now, in a day and age where women also are getting money, so now the one thing that they can use to manipulate you when you're in your 20s are their finances. So now you get with a woman in her 30s that not only has boundaries and understands herself and understands what she wants, she has money. So now you cannot manipulate her with the funds, because that's the thing, right? Men say, oh, you take your time, don't date, don't settle down, get your money up, and then go get you a young thing. It's about manipulation. And you regurgitating a point that's about manipulation. They want to put in women's head, you need to settle down. And when you settle down with an older man. Because it's about manipulation. They want women to think that they are more valuable when you are young and stupid and willing to go for a bunch of dumb shit. Because what makes you less valuable in your 30s?
Can we talk about this exhausting narrative? Like, seriously, the idea that women lose value as we age. This is not the first time I'm talking about this on this channel. I've made a video on this, and in that video, a man was saying women expire. Yeah, I remember making that video. And he got dragged. People came for him. They came for his looks and all that. Who even came up with this garbage? I think I know. I know who did. I know the people that did. Those podcasters. Not just them alone, the patriarchy system. The system punishes people that don't fall in line with shame. Yeah. So this is their own way of shaming women. Women that have refused to go according to their playbook, they use shame to punish us. To be honest with you, such thinking is outdated and downright insulting. If you have any man in your life think this way, I think you should distance yourself from such a man, because if he can think this way, he can think worse of women. Women's worth isn't tied to their age, their looks, or whether they can pop out kids. It's tied to who they are, who I am, who you are, your growth, your wisdom, your experiences, all the amazing things we've brought to the table, the things we've added to the society, the things we've added to the lives of the people we have around us and the people we have in our lives. It goes way beyond this surface level nonsense you're talking about. Don't get me started on men's double standard. Like I said, men are very hypocritical. They talk about women getting age like men don't age. In their head, men age like fine wine. And for women, we are supposed to defy gravity just to stay relevant. Not just gravity and time just to stay relevant. See, I'm not here for this nonsense. The fact that the society lets men age gracefully while holding women to impossible standards is frustrating. The worst part of it is how this whole thing turned people into commodities. Relationships aren't about some weird market value. They are about connection, respect, mutual support. Those things don't come with an expiring date. So ladies, we all need to rise and put a stop to this nonsense. We need to shut it down. Women don't lose value with age. We gain it. And if anyone thinks otherwise, they can go ahead and miss out. That's on period. So ladies, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section. If you'd love to watch more videos like this, click this video to watch how some men think women are only useful for having kids. And I'll see you all in the next one.